and she has these big old bosoms, her big bosom, she had these bazungas, if you will, and she presses against the table, just, and she's pregnant, so they're probably even bigger, and these fucking old men are like, oh, nah, they're looking at these things, Chad. Either they like her bosoms, they got a pregnancy fetish, I'm not sure. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I also wanted to let you know that not only do I create content here on Class in the Glass, but I also stream content in my Twitch channel, Mr. Revan7. I play single-player games, multiplayer games, and I also do movie reviews and cartoon reviews as well. I also want to encourage you to check out my Patreon, Class in the Glass, where I offer audio commentaries, full reactions for movies, and also the ability to submit questions for my video casts and podcasts. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and enjoy the video.
I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
But we gotta go ahead and get started, Chad, talking about Cowboy Bebop, Session 1, Asteroid Blues. And Chad, we're starting, and the way it starts, you're like, wait, is this a sci-fi series? Because all of a sudden, we're starting almost this very Victorian, very European-esque city with this very sad piano music playing, Chad. It's like, okay, it's definitely a noir element playing in here. And you cut to this guy who's just leaning against this building, chat, and he's just smoking these cigarettes, and he keeps throwing, he's been there for a while, chat. He's throwing these buds into the ground, chat, where they go in the water. Beautiful, by the way. Beautiful, all the animation. Like, if you make cigarette buds fall into a puddle beautiful, you got a goddamn good show. And he had this music playing, and this figure, he's just walking out, chat. He has this bouquet of roses, and he's just walking away, and just throws it on the ground. Just like, what happened to this guy? We don't know. And then cut. And then, chat, we get probably, I mean, arguably the best opening musical intro to any anime ever. Like, anime has a lot of great musical intros, chat. There are some quality ones. I mean, Death Note, Attack on Titan. There's so many. I mean, Dragon Ball, it's like, Dragon, it's the Dragon Ball Z, and all that shit. Well, wonderful. But Cowboy Bebop's tank. That is a king. That is a king or an emperor, a god, chat, among anime openings. It's so goddamn good. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's jam. Wonderful. And you get to see, I mean, just the artwork, the style. You have that sci-fi retro aesthetic. And it's not like you think, oh, operatic music. It's jazz, Chad's jazz. And people say I'm ignorant when it comes to music, but I can appreciate something. Well, I'll also be ignorant. But it's jazz. Like, Cowboy Bebop incorporates jazz, blues, rock and roll. They also have their own score that plays throughout it. But the music selection is goddamn incredible. So, love it. And then we cut, chat. We cut present day, and we're on the Bebop, chat. And I love it because this world is very influenced by, I think, really 2 movies, or a trilogy in one movie. This is a world. This is a future that is very akin to something like Alien, where all the equipment, all the vehicles, how people live, it's super lived in. There's a layer of grease and grime on everything. It's grungy, chat. Things are like just a rust. Okay, it's like no, this is not a Apple store. It's not like Star Trek, J.J. Abrams Apple Store looking future. Okay, it's something more akin to Alien, like the Nostromo. That's what the Bebop is, chat. This basically, it's a turd with wings. And I say that with as much respect as possible, chat. The Bebop, which is this vessel owned by Jet Black, chat, and Spike Spiegel, 2 bounty hunters. It's basically just this ugly-looking thing with 2 wings attached, and they go across the galaxy or the universe, chat, picking up bounties. And so I love it. And it looks like, and chat, it's clearly this series is also influenced by, much like Alien was, the aesthetic of Star Wars, a very lived-in, a very frontier, because this is a future. Because, yes, mankind has colonized the stars, but it has been a very rough time, Chad. Okay, this is the new frontier, if you will. And it's lawless out there. You have these evil. It's also influenced by Blade Runner, too. I also say Blade Runner, which is also influenced by Alien Star Wars. Where it's owned by corporations and, politicians who are corrupt, and outlaws and crime lords and, drug lords. They operate in space, chat, with freedom, with the exception. The only thing that's holding them at bay, the local police forces who are just completely deprived of anything, and they're just as corrupt. But really, it's bounty hunters, chat. They're at least attempting to keep the law. And we're introduced to two of those bounty hunters, chat. We're like, we don't give a shit about the law. We want to get paid, baby. And we're introduced to fucking Spike Spiegel, chat. Which Spike Spiegel as a character, he wants to die. We learn more about him as we go through the series. He's Spike. He's charming. He's a rogue. But when you see him, like, in this opening scene later on in the episode, it's very obvious that he's like, I don't care. I just do this I don't even care about the money. I just do this for kicks. I do this to kind of feel alive. But at the end of the day, if I die, boy, that would be great. I just want to end it all. He's a kind of a nihilist. With him, you just like, because we're introduced to him, chat. All he's doing is he's practicing his fighting style, kung fu, karate, all sorts of other things he's got, and it's just in complete silence. And you cut to the kitchen area, chat. Jet Black, who is kind of like his elder ex-cop, got out of it, chat. Want to make those woolons, those dollars, chat. They call them woolons. Thank you, show for the 10 biddies. Yeah, they just stuck to the solar system. The milk. Yeah, that's true. Just the soul system, if you will. You're correct, Joey. Thank you, show for the 10 biddies. Jet Black, like, he's the elder to Spike Spiegel. He's kind of like the den mother. He's very much the mom of the Bebop because he takes care of the family unit as eventually they get more members on the crew. He cooks for everybody. He's the one that, basically gets the jobs and is like, all right, you do this, you do that. Like, he's kind of the glue that keeps everyone. Like, if he wasn't there, chat, Spike Spiegel would have died years ago. He would have either thrown himself against just a wave upon wave of enemies, or he would have blown his brains out. I think that's probably what had happened, chat. Like, Jet Black is, as fucked up as he is, too, he is a calming, reassuring presence that Spike Spiegel needs in his life. And I love that. He owns the Bebop. That's true. He is the owner. He is the owner of the Bebop, not Spike. He's not going to let fucking Spike own anything. And, good old Jet Black, he's, not Jet, God, no, I thought I called him Jack Black. Jet Black, Jet Black, he's cooking some food, and he's like, hey, Spike, I got your favorite, green peppers and beef. And Spike's like, let me finish my fucking karate. And eventually, they all sit down to a nice meal. And, Jet Black, he's going over this new bounty that they got. A guy called Asimov, chap. Asimov Solensen. Bit of a small fry on the Tijuana asteroid, chap. Like, even asteroids, they have their own colonies. And he's like, he's worth 2.5 million woolons. And Spike's like, he doesn't even give a shit. He's like, it's a small fry. I don't care. And he's like, hey, Jet. Now, you said this was bell peppers and beef, right? He's like, yup. Well, there seems to be a severe lack of fucking beef. There's no meat in this. You just gave me onions and bell peppers. He's like, well, there would be beef in there if you didn't fucking blow our goddamn money. He's like, what are you talking about? We have 1 million woolons. Like, yes, we had a million woolons, Spike. But you assaulted that police officer, and that cost us. The Bebop needed repairs, and the bounty, you fucked him up so bad, people couldn't even recognize him. They gave us half of what we needed. And Spike's like, what are you complaining about? It's like, we need this money, okay? So this small fry, all right, is 2.5 million woolons. We need it for basic shit. And he's like, okay, all right, fine. We'll go to the Tijuana asteroid. That place is a fucking dump. I know one guy. I know one guy that can help us out, this Native American shaman. He can tell me the location. Hopefully he has some fucking beef for me. He's like, yeah, you go ahead and ask him. And so then we get kind of like more cuts or more images of the Bebop, chat. We're introduced to Spike Spiegel's starfighter. I forget the name of it, chat. I think it's called the Swordfish 2. But yeah, it's just a really cool design. And like during this whole time, in the Western aesthetic starts to come in because Spike is whistling this very Western sounding song, like something you'd hear in a Sergio Leone score, chat, or like a spaghetti Western or something. It's great. It's wonderful. Swordfish, thank you, Captain. Yeah, you're my Cowboy Bebop lore master. You keep me on task. If I fuck something up, you correct me. And so Jet's like, all right, you go ahead and track him down. And the fucking Spike, he launches the fucking Swordfish, and he goes down the Tijuana asteroid, chat. Meanwhile, we cut to a bar on Tijuana, and we're seeing these 3 old guys, chat. You could tell these 3 old guys, they've spent their lives, chat, working the farms of Tijuana asteroid. 40 goddamn years, and you have little to show for it, chat. But they come to this bar to relax, drink some brewskis, and gamble away what little they have, chat. And then the bartenders, he's just fucking sick of their shit. He's like, they go on and on and on. But chat, new figures enter the bar, chat. And it is indeed Asimov Sorensen, chat. But he is joined by a lady, chat, Catalina. And she's preggo. She's got a big old baby bump. Got a big old baby bump, chat. And these guys are like, what the hell? Who is this? Who is that tall glass of water? And who is that fucking nerd standing right next to her? And so these two, they walk on by, chat, and they sit at the bar. And, good old Asimov, he's like, I'd like a brewski, please. He's like, sure. And Catalina goes, yeah, and I'd like a Bloody Mary, make it a double. And it's like, but you're pregnant. Why are you asking for alcohol? And the bartender's like, yeah, well, we got plenty of vodka. So he has no problem giving her vodka, but we're straight out of tomato juice. And he goes, and Sorensen, he's like, oh, don't worry. I think you have an extra can back there. And he flashes something. Oh, it was a code. It was like a set of instructions. You exchange some words, and it's like, I see. And he flashes this little vial, and the guy goes, yeah, I'll go ahead and check. And this bartender, he goes in back, chat, Asimov, he goes to check with him. And, brings a beer out to Catalina, his very pregnant girlfriend, and she's just sipping on this shit. And meanwhile, the show is... It shows its love and appreciation for the human body, both male and female, chat. And she has these big old bosoms, her big bosom, chat, these bazungas, if you will. And she presses against the table, just, and she's pregnant, so they're probably even bigger. And these fucking old men are like, oh, nah. They're looking at these things, chat. Either they like her bosoms, they got a pregnancy fetish. I'm not sure. Undecided at this point. But she's enjoying her brewski. Meanwhile, we cut to good old Asimov, chat. And the bartender, he's like, all right. Asimov's like, so 1 million fucking woolons for this vial of red eye. And the guy goes, how do I know that's actually red eye? He's like, show it to me. And apparently, chat, red eye is it's an illicit substance, a drug that gives you incredible abilities, chat. Time slows down for you. Your agility, reflexes, athleticism, up to a goddamn 11, right? And he's like, all right, I'll do it. And apparently this guy's been doing it, chat. He's obtained all of these substances, illicit goods, chat, by killing his former employers, chat. He killed them all, wiped them out. And that's why he has the bounty on his goddamn head. So when he's trying this out, chat, we cut outside. And I guess some former employees or his employers, they want to make sure that he doesn't leave this Tijuana asteroid, chat. And they all come out of their fucking cars. And they're loaded to the goddamn nines, all right? They have assault weapons. They got Uzis. They got pistols, chat. They're ready to take him out and whoever else is in that goddamn bar. And then we cut back to good old Asimov, chat, and he shoots this stuff in his eye, and his eyes just go red. The veins start popping up. He's like, ooh, that's that good shit. And right when the bartender's like, oh, hey, that's some good product. Here's your money. Shot to the fucking back of his head, chat. Bullet comes out, brains, blood, viscera, poo, and this guy drops dead on the floor. And they just start shooting up these places. The three gentlemen. They take cover underneath their little card table, chat. Catalina, she's like, listen, she may be preggo, chat, but she's packing. And it's not just a baby. She pulls out 2 goddamn guns and she starts blasting too. But Asimov, he's the one. They're like, we got to take him out before he takes that red eye. Because as soon as these guys are like, oh, shit. Asimov, you might as well have superpowers, chat. He starts taking these, pummeling, chat. He's punching them so hard, they just fucking explode. So it increases his strength as well. And they just go down one after the other until there's one last guy. I love it too. Because you see from his perspective, chat, and like the bullets are coming at him, he's pulling some Matrix shit. They're coming at him, he just goes, whoop. And maybe he's just like, ah. And all these guys are like, oh my God, Jesus. And they're trying to shoot at him, right? But they're fucking missing. And eventually there's one guy left standing, chase out. This guy, listen, I'm going to wait outside. But it's too late, chat. Fucking Asimov just puts his fucking hand through the guy's chest and goes, ah! Rips his goddamn heart. He falls down, chat. Dead. It's like, damn, okay, well, that deal did not go well. But at least Asimov and Catalina are indeed alive. Meanwhile, we cut to goddamn Spike Spiegel, chat. And he is talking to Sitting Bull. Or at least I think is his Native American shaman, chat, which I think is referencing Singing Bull. And he's like, hey, so what can you tell me? He's like, your target will be in this area. And he will be followed by a big pregnant lady. And he's like, great, you got any food? He's like, I don't have any fucking food, okay? So Mike's like, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate the effort. And he leaves, chat. Eventually, we cut to the bar, chat, and Jet Black, he's there because he heard about the shenanigans that were going on here. He's like, ah, shit, well, this place is torn to shit. But at least I can have some good old alcohol. Got a nice, that's a vintage year. And he just begins chugging that shit. But meanwhile, he hears some car doors outside close. He's like, uh-oh. People are going in here. And these two guys, they're like, oh, shit, looks like fucking Asimov went crazy. Let's see if he has any of the red eye. We can track him down. They go in there. Jet, he's hiding. They go in there looking around. Jet, he fucking brains the one, and he's fucking dead. And he grabs the other guy. He's like, oh, looks like you have something to tell me, don't you? Just, oh, please don't touch me. He's very scared. That man definitely died. Jet clearly put he has a mechanical arm, by the way, and he clearly put it up his ass, Jet, and used him as a fucking meat puppet and killed him. That's how it works with Jet. After that, Jet, we cut to Asimov. Oh, by the way, during this, all these sequences, Chat, like, each place is kind of influenced by a specific culture or nation. And for the Tijuana asteroid, it's actually influenced by Baja California, Tijuana, Chat, Tijuana, Mexico. And where there's a big emphasis on, I think, Chinese, it's Russian, Chinese, and Mexican culture, Chat, throughout this episode. You see all sorts of iconography when you go to, like, the markets and bazaars. They actually have the food from each culture. It's really fucking cool. I dig that. It just immerses you so well in this world. And eventually we cut to the bathroom where Spike Spiegel, he's taking a piss, Chat. He's done a lot of walking. But who also happens to walk in, Chat, because he's got an upset tum-tum? It's Asimov, Chat. Asimov's like, ugh. Apparently the red eye does not make you feel good. And he's just vomiting just profusely into the sink. And he's like, oh, Jesus Christ. And he's like reaching for his glasses, Chat. And then he notices Spike just looking at him and goes, oh, shit, fuck. And Spike just goes to the sink next to him. And he's just washing his hands. And, like, Asimov, he's grabbing at his gun. He's like, I don't know what this guy's going to fucking do. But Spike, he just says one word. He's like, hey, probably best to keep the water running so it doesn't clog up the sink. And he just walks on by. Asimov goes, whew, I thought the guy was a bounty hunter or something. That would have been bad for me. That would have been real bad. And so he cleans himself off. Meanwhile, we cut to Catalina, and she's getting all the groceries she can get you, all the little crisps and goodies, because she's preto, and she needs the food. And she walks right by Spike, and he just fucking knocks her over. She goes, oh, shit. He's like, oh, shit, I'm sorry. And he helps her. He's like, there you go. And he walks off. She's like, wait a minute. Like, half my food's gone. He's like, what? There's a giant hot dog in his mouth, Chad. He's like, oh, sorry. And here you go. He's like, nah, you can keep it. You can keep it. And he's like, oh, thank you. And he says, like, I got more food to you. I stole these. She's like, oh, you're so funny. She's like, she loves the bad boys. She's like, you stole from me. That's so funny. So he's like, Devin. It's the most realistic take on the future. It really is, man. Yeah, again, influenced by stuff like Alien and the OG Star Wars trilogy. Agreed. So, she's all into that, and they go and they talk, Chad. He's, they have a nice conversation. They're gassing up his swordfish, Chad, his starfighter, and she's going, well, that's a beautiful ship. He's like, thank you. I've had it for the last few years, and she's done me a lot of good. And she's like, oh, that's great. So, and me and my boyfriend, we're just we're about to leave, gonna be hopefully heading to Mars. He's like, and she's like, have you ever been to Mars? She's like, I was born on Mars. She's like, I've heard it's amazing. The people there, the food, the culture. He goes, yeah, you may have heard all those things, but a lot of places there's a lot of darkness to him, because fucking Spike, he's just like, yeah, I'm too happy right now. I gotta bring it down to my level where everyone can be fucking depressed. Like, he'll be charming at first, Chef. He's like, I'm gonna make this realistic and depressing and darker. And I'm a nihilist after all. And eventually she's like, well, I'm still happy to go there. He's like, I don't think you two are gonna go there, because he just fucking changes shit. His total that whole affable personality of his changes on a goddamn dime. Because he's like, yeah, your boyfriend's not gonna be going there. And she's like, wait a minute. And he's just staring at her. Dead-eye, Chad. Like, he's got, like, goddamn fish eyes the way he's looking at her. Like, no emotion. And at least he's playing it that way. And she's like, you're a bounty hunter. He's like, I am a bounty hunter, and there's no way you're going to get off of this rock, okay? Listen, just make this easy. You're not wanted. You don't have a bounty on her, or on yourself. Just, listen, I know you're pregnant, okay? But we can make this real easy. She goes, yes, I think we can. And fucking Asimov walks up behind him and just starts choking the shit. He's like, oh, fucking do it. He wants the shit. Just fucking kill me. And eventually, Catalina's like, stop it, don't hurt him, stop it. And he fucking lets go. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, just stop it. And they get in their vehicle, Chat, and they blast off. Asimov's like, why the fuck did you let me kill him? She goes, you told me that you would stop doing things like these, okay? You said that we would go to Mars, okay? He's like, we're gonna go to Mars, okay? All right, stop fucking telling me. We just gotta sell this shit, and you can enjoy Mars as much as you want. She's like, don't yell at me. He's like, I'm gonna yell at you as much as I want. So it's like, clearly, A lot of tension between these two. Eventually, we cut back to Spike, who is just laying on the ground, just like, God damn it, I wish he just killed me. And it's like a Jet Black, he comes there, chat, and he's like, how you doing, buddy? This is like, not great, took a nap, thought I would die. It would have been great. And he's like, well, you didn't die. And he's like, did you lose the targets? He goes, yeah, probably. I did. I don't know what the hell they are. And Jet's like, no problem, man, because I just interrogated and put my hand up the asshole of one of these guys who's tracking him too, and I know exactly where he's going to be. Let's get over there first. And Spike's like, great, hopefully he'll kill me. And he's like, maybe. Miracles can't happen. And so then, chat, we cut to a like an outside restaurant, like a little bistro, where we see the three old pervs. They've relocated, chat, talking about planting the seeds. They've been feeding the people of Tijuana for 40 goddamn years. And he's got, I planted these seeds for years. And this one guy's, that's not the only seeds he's been planting. So apparently referencing that he liked to have hot, sweaty sex, chat, and has many children and grandchildren. But Asimov and Catalina, they approach this one guy in a sombrero, chat, like kind of, it's like a combination between Tuco and Clint Eastwood's The Man with No Name, chat, Blondie. He's like wearing both outfits. And it's this guy. And Asimov goes up to him. They do like a little like, do you have any Bloody Marys? And he's like, well, we have vodka, but no tomato juice. He's like, oh, I'm sure I can get you some tomato juice. And, and he basically says, like, I have 30 vials of red eye, $1 million each, 30 million woolons. And the guy in the figure with the sombrero is just like, nope, 15 million, 500,000 for each, 15 million. I'll give it for all of them. He's like, I don't have time for this. He's like, and the guy in the sombrero is like, take it easy, take it easy. All right, fine. Can you at least show me a sample? And he goes, hell yeah, I can. Because apparently, chat, as we cut, while Spike was getting the shit choked out of him, he likes to grab things, and he grabbed the vial of red eye. He put it in his own pocket. And the fucking Asimov was like, what the fucking vial? And the person in the sombrero chance revealed to be Spike. He's like, you mean this? And he goes, you! He goes, me! I'm a bounty hunter. Can you please try to kill me? He's like, what? Let's fight. And then, they just start fighting, Jen. We saw Asimov was kicking a hell of a lot of ass shit. He's a good fighter, but he is no match against Spike. Spike just starts beating the ever-loving shit out of this guy, Chad. And Spike says, you're just a small fry, man. I don't care what you are. Let's go. And but thankfully, Asimov is saved, Chad, thanks to his former employers trying to kill him. So they arrive, and they start attacking Asimov and Spike both. And Spike, he just starts, great action scene. He just starts kicking all these guys' asses on top of this car, Chad. Biff, bam, boom, bop, dead. Asimov's, we got to get the fuck out of here. He grabs Catalina. And they go to a vehicle, and Catalina, she holds this one guy gunpoint. She's like, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. Just get out of here. Just get. And he fucking leaves. They get in the car. Meanwhile, while Spike's fighting all these guys, eventually fucking Jet Black comes in there with his own vehicle, chat. He bludgeons someone to death with it, just smashes them, chat. They explode. And Spike's is like, Jesus Christ, you took long enough. He's like, yeah, I'm here. Now let's go and get him. Let's get our fucking woolons. Our 2.5 million woolons, baby. Spike's like, hell yeah. And so he jumps into his vehicle, his Starfire, chat, and then we cut to Asimov and Catalina, and Asimov losing at this point. Catalina's like, you stop injecting, stop it, because he's trying to inject the red eye into himself. Oh, by the way, right before they're about to take off, chat, before they get into the vehicle, when the guys attack them, Catalina, she's pushed to the ground, and they shoot her belly. No, the baby! But Chad, she's not actually pregnant. It was a facade, Chad. That's where they're keeping all the red eye right there in her fake pregnant belly. And it's like, oh shit, it's all pouring out. And he's like, you dumb bitch, you're letting all the fucking red eye. She's like, don't yell at me. And they're going back and forth. And he's trying to put the red eye in his eye. She's like, stop, it'll kill you. And it fucking explodes. He's like, ah. He's all freaking out. Meanwhile, the police have come, chat, and they're fucking firing at everybody. And Spike's is like, Jesus Christ, we gotta end this. I gotta get this money before it's taken from me. And eventually, Asimov, he's like, he's pulling off a suicide mission. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And he just blasts off the upper atmosphere, chat. He's like, he punches through there. He'll go through the dome and possibly kill a lot of people. And Catalina's just like looking. Asimov is just breathing. And Catalina's like, she has a realization. We are never going to Mars, are we? Sarah! Get to the sub too butter-faced! Thank you! Appreciate it. Thank you, Sarah, for all your generosity this stream. I really, really do. Thank you. But But she just looks at Asimov. She goes, "We're never going to Mars, are we?" And he doesn't answer, chat. And Spike is like, he's like right next to them. Like he's like they're here and he's right here. And he's looking at him, and all of a sudden he hears, and all this blood just bursts on side of Asimov's window. And he's like, "Oh shit!" And we cut to he pulls to the side of their vehicle, and Catalina shot Asimov, chat, killed him. And Spike's like, "Jesus Christ!" And we cut to Catalina, and she says the iconic line. I forget what the version she says, but it says, "See you later, space cowboy." And the police come around, chat, and they shoot the shit out of her vehicle. And she's shot. Asimov's dead. The vehicle breaks apart, chat. She's sucked out into outer space. Vacuum kills her in literally goddamn seconds, chat. And she dies. And Spike's just like, fuck. Jesus. Like, I had a connection with her. Some human, other than Jet, I had some sense of human connection with someone. And then we cut back to the Bebop. By the way, glory shot, we see all the her, the red eye and Asimov and just kind of dead in space. Tragic and beautiful at the same time. We then cut to the Bebop, where they didn't get the 2.5 million Wulons chat since Asimov was killed. And Jet Black, he's making the green peppers and green bell peppers and beef, chat, without beef. And he's calling for Spike. He's like, "Hey, Spike, I got Spike," and he's not in his usual spot. And we cut to different areas of the ship, and very beautiful, by the way. We see a lot of these again. And then we eventually cut to, I guess it's like this observatory on top of the Bebop. And Spike is practicing his martial arts. And he's smoking a cigarette at the same time. And we get this wonderful shot, which to me encompasses who Spike is and how he feels about himself. Wait till you get to the heavy metal queen and we see Space Truck. Oh, I know. Hell yeah, Devin. But we cut to this really, to me, that this is who Spike is. Despite the facade of the charm, it's a facade. This is who he is wearing. We cut to a chat. You see his reflection in the window, looking out into space. He has a cigarette, and he's smoking it, and he's just dead-eyed. There's no emotion there. There's nothing. Jet eventually comes to the observatory and goes, "Hey, I got the green peppers." And like his attitude, like he picks himself up a little bit. And he kind of, cool little effect too, because he's in 0G, and he 0Gs the cigarette towards Jet, who also smokes it. But you get the sense of like, okay, there's something wrong with Spike. It's not just, he's not just I'm a bounty hunter. I play by my own rules. Like, no, there's something broken in him. And I guess we're going to learn more about it, and we do. But yeah, that's the first episode of Cowboy Bebop Chat. Session 1, Asteroid Blues. It's a fantastic episode. Great way to introduce you to the world, in my opinion.